Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Viktoriya Cole here with a spring tutorial for you guys. I know it's not springtime yet, but here in Atlanta, Georgia, it's very sunny and very bright, and so I was just so inspired, and I'm so excited to see spring come around with, me being able to wear some spring outfits, some short shorts, some t-shirts, some flip-flops or sandals, go swimming and ocean and beach and all those pretty things. So I was just inspired to do something really bright, and so if you are interested in seeing this tutorial, be sure to keep watching and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe. I'll see you at the end of my video. So I have a fresh face, of course, using my Shiseido toner that I've shown to you guys before, and I'm of course picking up my hair, making sure that I don't get any makeup on, but I'm using the toner and then also Honest Beauty tinted moisturizing sample that I got. I'm just trying to see if I really like it. But today I'm actually going to be mixing a few items to achieve the foundation that I really want to achieve. I'm using the NYX HD Cosmetics foundation, and I think it's in color nude, but I'll list all the details down below. And then of course my Rimmel London foundation and the e.l.f. Cosmetics serum, which is more like a cream consistency, but I love blending all these products together. I've tried it several times and I really love the coverage that I do achieve. So I just do 2 pumps of the e.l.f. Cosmetics serum, maybe like 2 dots of the Rimmel London foundation, and as you can tell I'm running out, and then of course 2 dots of the HD foundation, and I just mix it onto my back of my hand and just kind of spread it all over my face. I bought a new sponge. Yay for me, but you're going to use your Moist Beauty Blender, and it's a very soft sponge. I was really impressed with this sponge. Mine was just getting really too old, but usually I just take some off my hand just so I don't spread it all over my clothes accidentally, and that kind of gives me a little bit more product to work with as well. So just working into my skin, I really love how the color blends into my skin very nicely, and it almost looks like my regular skin. So I am going to set my face with a powder, and I'm using Jane Iredale with just a regular fluffy brush. I love that this powder is very fine, but I do need to set my makeup. Even though I do like the dewy look, I tend to have my makeup move around if I don't set it. But I do like this powder because it does give me a little bit more coverage without looking too cakey or pasty. Then I'm trying out this Pro Concealer. It's by LA Girl. It's in color nude, I believe, or natural. I'll list that down below as well. Just putting it under my eyes, on top of my nose, a little bit on my Cupid's bow, and then under my chin, or on my chin. And then of course I'm going to be using my beauty blender to blend that out again. I usually don't use concealer, but I wanted to try this out. I've seen so many people use them. And what I would like to say about this product is that a little bit goes a long way. If you use too much, it tends to move around too much. And it just looks a little cakey, but if you use very little of it, it does its job, and it really does cover like dark circles or any kind of redness. So kudos for this concealer. I actually like it. Then of course going back to my Maybelline eyelid primer, just putting a little bit onto my eyelid and spreading it above. I think nothing beats Urban Decay primers, but a good drugstore product that you don't have to spend $24 buying. It actually does the job. Not as well as Urban Decay, but I actually like it. And of course I'm setting it with just regular powder, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my Airspun powder and set my concealer. Like I said, I don't want it to move around or crease because it's so moist, so I went ahead and set it with my Airspun makeup, of course using my beauty blender. And then of course I'm going to be using my Coastal Scents Shimmer palette, and I'm going to be using like pinks and yellows, and I'm using a fluffy brush by Coastal Scents. And I'm just putting that nice pink coral color into my orbital bone and kind of rotating the brush back and forth. It's going to be a very springy, soft look, not majorly dramatic, so I did want it to have a little bit of shimmer. And then I'm going to use this very pretty gold yellow color, and I'm just going to use my finger to pat it on top of my eyelid. I don't want it to spread everywhere, so sometimes using your fingers can be quite handy. Then I'm going to go in and use this very nice matte white color that's also in this palette, and I'm just kind of going over under my eyebrows. As you guys know, that I don't do nothing fancy with my eyebrows. I just use regular like a matte eyeshadow powder and an angled brush to fill them in, since I do have quite nice eyebrows thanks to my father. But maybe in the future I can find some product that I can work with and show you guys how it works. Using my Physicians Formula bronzer, pearl bronzer, and I'm using an angle brush by Coastal Scents. I'm just putting a little bit under my cheekbones, on my forehead, and under my chin, just to kind of give me that nice glow. In the winter, I do tend to be very pale, so to kind of transition to spring and to summer without, you know, going too dark or too dramatic, I just kind of like to give myself a little bit of that glow. Not too much, but just a little bit. And then of course using my Sigma E06 brush, which is one of my favorite liner brushes, eyeliner brushes, and of course my L'Oreal jar that I use as a product, and it stays on very nicely. I love how this brush is just so, I mean, I can't rave enough about it. It just creates such a straight line. It's so easy to work with because it's so small. I think it's just such a perfect size. And it doesn't cost that much. I think it costs like $14, and I actually need to buy a new one because I've kind of worn this one out and my bristles are kind of spreading because of the product that I'm using. So I need to get myself another one. So to make sure that I have both lines straight, I just start out with the outer corner and I just create like a line and just kind of look at both of my eyes to make sure that they're straight, and then work from the outer corner to my middle corner and then shade in the rest. That kind of helps you create a straighter line. So if you do end up, you know, creating a little bit of a thicker line, you just kind of look back and forth and make sure that you correct each one to make sure that they do look straight. Then of course using my e.l.f. Cosmetics blush, I really love their blushes. This one is Twinkle Pink. It's like a coral shimmery powder. Absolutely love this blush. And then of course my Lumi. I don't really care about, you know, glow. I do use very little. I don't feel like it looks very natural when people just overuse it. But just a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my cheeks. And then I'm actually trying this new mascara. It's Telescopic by L'Oreal. It's not new, it's been out, but I heard Carly Bible just kind of brag about it, and she said that's one of her staples. So I'm always looking out for new mascaras, and this one was actually $10, which is kind of pricey for a drugstore mascara, honestly. But I mean, it does work really well. I can't say that it's just my absolute favorite product, just because of the brush. It's just kind of strange, and just for my eyelashes, it doesn't work as well, but I mean, it does the job. Then I'm going to be using e.l.f. Cosmetics Matte Lip Color, and it's color Birthday Suit, and I'm just outlining my lips. I don't like to wear matte too much because it dries my lips so bad, even if I wear like a moisturizing lip color underneath. So I'm using Sherbert lip balm by NYX Cosmetics. It's very, very pigmented, but it's very moisturizing as well. So I kind of like to mix those two things together and just kind of achieve a little bit of an ombre effect, but it gives me that nice, pretty spring looking pink color. And if you wanted to be a little bit more dramatic with the spring look, you can add on Lancome or whatever other color pencil you have. I use blue because my eyes are blue. But I love how this pencil works. I mean, the tip is actually not that soft. But once you apply it in your waterline, I mean, the color is just so pigmented, it just goes right onto your eyelid, and it works so great. Just makes your eyes pop. And that's it. Very easy, quick spring look. I hope you're inspired. I hope you're feeling warm and fuzzy inside. As always, create culture and be you. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys back in my next video. Bye.